We're talking with Kristen Zimmer, author of the incredibly popular The Gravity Between Us, who has a new book that came out very recently called Forbidden Girl. Welcome, Kristen.
Hello, you two. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Yeah. It's a brand new book. When did it come out? Like
literally July, a week. A week and a half. I forgot what, July 2nd.
Yeah, July 2nd. That's what I thought. So I'm going to go get a copy and have you sign it.
I have
one.
Any left? No, there aren't any here. Because I'm a jerk and I didn't bring any. But I have some in my room. So I didn't bring any to sell. But yes, I want one. You called dibs weeks ago. So you got it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Just in case you forgot.
No, I didn't.
Okay, sweet.
I got you.
Thank you.
So, can you tell the people listening, what is Forbidden Girl all about?
Okay, so I kind of took inspiration from Romeo and Juliet, and I made it gay. And I set it in modern day Boston, and there are two Irish mob families. So it's pretty fun. It's a lot sexier than anything I've written before, and I feel like it's just kind of like I've kind of blossomed into my grown up self as a writer. So.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people came to discover you, well, and frankly themselves, by reading The Gravity Between Us. So what do you see, and I know you have a book kind of in between, but like, what have you learned kind of in this, you have this trajectory as an author now. Like, it's just the way you just said about that grown-up thing, that there was something there. Like, what do you feel is different, and what can people expect to see that's different?
Gravity was the book that I wrote because we needed representation. And we needed it in a mainstream kind of setting, which is why I went with a mainstream publisher. And since I wrote that in 2013, obviously sapphic fiction it's taken on a whole new scale. It's huge. And I don't have to write for representation anymore. I can just write whatever I want. So it was great to be kind of a voice because I felt like I had to be, but now it's like I get to be the voice that I want to be. Right. So it's really, I think it's fun. Now it's for fun.
Yeah. Because especially at that point, like YA sapphic fiction was non-existent. Right.
Yeah, it's actually like new adult was a brand spanking new in 2013. Like there wasn't even any shelf space for it. People are still debating whether or not new adult could exist, that 18 to 25. Yeah. So I wrote it. I had a bit of a hard time selling it, but then somebody bought it and they're like, yeah, there's this genre that's growing now and we're going to do it. And I was like, that's awesome. Cool.
Yeah. You know, so. It was cute because I think it was in Denver when I showed you that I had purchased it back in 2013 when it came out. Like I'm like, look, I bought your book.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
I got really emo about it.
Yeah.
And
Tara it meant a lot for me too. I mean, that's what got me started in writing. I mean,
okay, I maybe did a bit of a dick move earlier today because out of nowhere, and like if this isn't the most ADHD thing I could have done, I was like, okay, I'm gonna like rapid topic shift. How does it feel knowing that you wrote the coming out book for like a whole generation? Right. It's just like no warning.
No warning, and then she got me this close to tears. Like literally, I'm no BS.
I'm gonna start crying.
It's literally, I sat there, I'm standing there, and I feel myself getting red, and I'm shaking, and I'm like, oh my god, what?
And if you start, like, anytime you start crying, I'll start crying. I'm not who's crying in the room. I'm crying.
I'm a Cancer. I'm gonna cry. Okay, I'm gonna cry.
The problem is, I've been interviewing authors for so long, asking questions like this, but like usually I share like a rough idea of how the conversation's gonna go, versus literally just having a conversation with somebody. It's like, hey, I'm gonna basically interview you right now, and you get into it, and you're like, fuck.
You punched me in the dick.
Sorry.
So worth it though. It was what a way to start my conference. Holy crap.
I need your shirt. Somebody give me a shirt.
This is good crying though. This is laughing crying. This
is a good cry.
Yeah. But I mean, I do think it's true. There are certain books within sapphic fiction that are the coming out books for like kind of a group of women. And you know, you can go all the way back to Radcliffe Hall.
Oh yeah.
For sure. But even then there's like Anne Bannon was the one who helped Catherine V. Forrest find herself. Catherine V. Forrest was the one who helped Georgia Beers find herself. And Georgia Beers helped a bunch of other people. And you did it too. Now I don't know if any of them are writing yet. Maybe they're
sure.
writing fanfic, but like that's a thing and it's a big deal. And
Well, for sure, it got me started.
yeah,
I mean, I read a handful of books, and I was like, you know what? Okay, I can do this.
Hell yeah, you can do it.
I can do
That's
it.
the point.
was her
Hell
book
yeah.
one of the ones that did that for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so right here. So, all right, Kristen Zimmer, how does it feel knowing that not only did you write this? I'm sorry, I'm being an asshole.
No, you're not being an asshole about it.
funny.
It's honestly not the first time I've heard it. But every time I hear it, it's very special.
Yeah, good.
Because I didn't set out to change the world, but
You did?
changed some people's worlds, which is
Yep.
pretty fucking amazing.
I know.
You know? So, I'm sorry. You guys are assholes.
I mean, I do get it though. Like, I haven't been almost crying, but like, I had a couple people stop me today and say, I found your reviews when I was starting to read sapphic
Yeah.
fiction, and you
Yeah.
helped me find the books that I needed to read. And I was like, oh my God.
You wrote one of the earliest reviews of Gravity. It was really, really early. You
way.
and I had my first ever interview with TB Markinson.
okay, yeah.
Okay, so I Heart Sapphic, and it's like, those moments
Yeah.
in the beginning that helped launch you, that helped kind of bolster you as a person, as a writer, defeat that imposter syndrome. You never
Yes.
forget that. It's
Yeah.
huge. So thank you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Cry.
Too bad. You just made me laugh too much.
Perfect.
It's not going to happen.
That's the goal.
So
So this is your second GCLS. You
Yes,
came
it is.
last year for the first time. What are you noticing now? You know, you've had the first day of school jitters last year, or I don't know if you had that. That's just how I feel about it a little bit.
yeah.
This is my first year, but now you're here for your second year. What are you loving? What are you looking forward to?
Drinking? No, I don't. No, like I don't. You know, see, the thing is, like, I'm only a social drinker. So,
yeah, me
and it's like, I just more for being here for like the community aspect and getting to know people and just
Yeah.
being able to like tell the people that I admire them and get to have conversations.
Yeah.
Like that for me is
Yeah.
the most exciting thing, because being a writer, in my experience anyways, I'm very much an island. That's how I need to process. Like, I don't talk about my work. I don't want to discuss it when I'm writing. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But after the fact, I'm like, yeah, let's tete-a-tete. Let's get really fucking wasted and just be funny and like have a good time and get to know each other, you know? So that's, and of course, obviously it's like, you never stop learning.
Yeah.
So it's a learning experience every time I go into a panel and listen to authors speak about their experience. It's like, oh shit, I never thought about that.
Right.
Maybe I can adapt my style or my process to the great things that they're suggesting, you know? So
I love it. That's amazing. All right, everybody, go and pick up Forbidden Girl and The Gravity Between Us and the other one that I've already forgotten the name of. I'm so sorry.
that's my favorite one too. When Sparks Fly, that's my favorite book. Yeah.
Go get them.
Yeah.
Thank
Please. Thank you.
Thank you for making me cry.
Oh, anytime. It's really a pleasure.
That was good.